I know this is from the All Eyes on Cleveland podcast. What's the best way for the Browns to finish out this roster?
Boy, we talked about tight ends. There are some guys on the open market in free agency that I would really watch if Welch can't fill that role. And I think that that cornerback is something to keep an eye on, right? So, like, this Miles Harden kid is a really good player. They got him late in the draft, but you're talking about him, Kim Mitchell. I know that Newsom signed his fifth year option. But I don't think they want him to play on that fifth-year option, so that may come next year. But if there's an injury in the preseason or something like that, they could look to move him depending on what kind of value they get back. I also think that they will just continue to churn the bottom of the roster as we see cuts around the league. But there's not a ton of holes other than tight end and maybe linebacker. You might want to add some depth at linebacker. You could add another body or two there, depending on what cuts happen around the league once we really get more towards training camp. But as far as rounding out the roster, there's not a lot to be done except for to kind of let things fall how they fall, right? There's a big conversation about how many snaps Michael Hall will take and what will happen with the defensive line because there's already four guys in the rotation there. I think that'll sort itself out through camp and injury and whatever happens. You know what I mean? Not wishing injury upon anybody, but things happen, right, David? And these things sort of sort themselves out. And I do think that Hall ends up taking significant snaps for the Browns this year.